They thought you were soft clay, malleable, bendable, a shape they could mold and remold with their lies, their guilt, their chains. They thought your silence was weakness, your kindness an invitation to trample. In their arrogance, they mistook your patience for surrender. But what they didn't see, what they couldn't even imagine, was the furnace burning behind your eyes. They were so distracted by the quiet you carried that they forgot silence can be the sound of a storm gathering strength. They tried to orchestrate your destruction like a conductor waving a baton over an obedient orchestra, striking at your soul like strings on an old violin. They plucked at your trust, your love, your hope, believing they could create a symphony of control. But their music was flawed. Every note they struck reverberated back at them, sharper, louder, darker. They didn't realize they were summoning something they couldn't contain. You were not clay. You were not a string to be plucked. You were iron hidden under velvet, lightning disguised as stillness. They built their throne on your back, built their confidence out of your silence, their arrogance out of your forgiveness. But thrones built on bones crack. Thrones built on lies crumble, and when the collapse came, it was spectacular, like a cathedral of illusions shattering in a single breath. You didn't lift a sword, you didn't scream, you didn't even curse their name. You walked away, and that was their undoing, because here's the secret no one told them. Silence can be a weapon, absence can be a punishment, peace can be a battlefield. Now they sit in the ruins of their own kingdom, clutching the shards of their pride, choking on the dust of their false power. They don't know what's worse, the loss of you or the realization that the empire they built only existed inside their heads. Every manipulation they spun has become a web they can't escape. Every lie they told echoes back in their own voice. Every wound they tried to inflict on you now festers in their own skin. Meanwhile, you rise, not with fury but with clarity. Your scars are no longer wounds. They're runes, symbols of survival etched into your flesh, a scripture of rebirth. They called you fragile. They called you weak. They called you replaceable. But they never understood. Fragile things break. Weak things shatter. Replaceable things vanish. You did none of these. You transformed. You walked into the fire they built for you. And instead of turning to ash, you turned to steel. Your laugh now rings like a warning bell. Your eyes hold the stillness of a predator that doesn't roar. It waits. And oh, how it terrifies them. They scroll through your life in secret now. Watch you thrive from a distance. See your glow, your growth, your victories. Not because they care, not because they want a return, but because they can't look away from the proof of their own failure. You've become their reckoning, not through revenge, but through evolution. Every smile you wear is an echo of their downfall. Every step you take forward is a mirror showing them what they lost. And the worst part for them? They'll never escape it. They'll try to fill the void you left. Try to drown in distractions, replacements, illusions of joy. But deep down they know, you were one of a kind. A force, not a person. A lesson, not a chapter. You, however, are free. Free from their noise. Free from their chains. Free to rebuild. Free to bloom. Free to roar in a language they'll never understand. And while they shrink, you expand. While they crumble, you rise. While they drown in regret, you learn to fly. They thought you were a player in their game, but you were the storm waiting to erase the board. Now, when they whisper your name, it's not with power but with fear. Not as an insult, but as a warning. They don't see you as a person anymore. They see you as a mirror reflecting everything they could have been and everything they lost. And that is their true punishment. Not your anger, not your revenge, your existence. They thought they could bury you, but they planted a legend. They thought they could control you, but they created a force. They thought they could end your story, but they wrote their own tragedy. And you walked out of their ruins and into the dawn. You carry no bitterness, no chains, no need to prove anything. Only the quiet, unstoppable truth that you are not just a survivor. You are the storm they never saw coming.